Extra! Extra! Read all about it. Book clubs are coming to 7th grade ELA classrooms. You may be wondering what a book club is. Book clubs allow for an in-depth study of a high-interest novel. You will be given a list of dystopian literature. Next, you will write down your top 3 choices and be assigned to one of the book clubs. The first time your group meets, you will need to take the number of pages in your assigned book and divide that number by the number of weeks you have to read the book. This number will tell you how many pages per week you will need to read in order to participate effectively in the book club discussion that will happen each Friday.
Each week, you and your group members will fulfill various roles of the book club. There's the discussion director, the
literary illuminator,
the summarizer,
word wizard.
Each role has a number of active reading strategies you must use in preparation for the book discussion. Here's some more information on the specific roles. Discussion director, that would be me today. Your job is to make a list of questions that your group might want to discuss about the reading. Don't worry about the small details. The best questions are usually the ones you had yourself as you were reading. Record your questions on this sheet. There's the packet called the meeting logs that you're taking your notes on, or try some of the suggested questions.
As summarizer, your job is briefly to tell what happens in the novel. Just give a quick statement and retell the main events. The other members of the group are counting on you to help them and keep them the important parts straight. If there are several main ideas, number them in order of importance. Then you can record the summary and your summary ideas on your meeting log on the first section.
Literary illuminator. Your job is to find a few special passages in the section you read. You're going to let your group read them aloud. You want to help your group recall certain sections of these books. The passages may be interesting, funny, important, or demonstrate a literary device, such as a simile or alliteration. You can read the sections yourself or ask another group member to do so.
Word wizard. Your job is to find 4 meaningful words from the reading selection. The words could be interesting, descriptive, challenging, or unusual. If it is a word that you did not know the meaning of, be sure to look it up in the dictionary and share the definition with the others. Tell the group the page and paragraph where they will find the word. Tell what part of speech it is and write your own sentence using the word.
If you don't like the role that you get your first week, don't fret. Each week you will switch roles, so by the end of the 4 weeks you'll have experienced each role, so you'll switch off. Now let's see what a book club discussion looks like. We're going to start with the summarizer.
Alright, so the book that we've been reading is The Hunger Games. We read the first 93 pages. That's from page 1 through 93. So we need to take out our meeting logs, that way we can start with the summary process. And I need to grab a pencil. So we're going to put our name, week 1, and the pages that we read, guys. Alright, so when we were talking about the role of the summarizer, I said that, if it's helpful to organize points by importance. So we're just going to name 5 of the major points that I came up with. Number 1 is Katniss lives in District 12, also known as the Seam. Hunger there is very pervasive and gives meaning to the title and how society is living.
What does pervasive mean?
Word illuminator, would you like to handle that one?
Sure. Pervasive just means that it happens a lot, or it's found in abundance.
So there's a lot of hunger in District 12. So we could just write that, District 12.
Yeah, and you don't have to write whole sentences. It could be like brief main ideas, the key
Like
word.
bullet points?
Yeah, bullet
to keep
points.
Focus?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Point 2. Katniss trespasses with her best friend Gale in order to acquire food. She is an avid hunter and possesses great skill with a bow and arrow. So we're going to write that under bullet point 2.
So she hunts.
Yes, with a bow and arrow. That's going to be key later.
Okay.
Point 3. At the reaping, Katniss volunteers as tribute to save her sister Primrose Everdeen from her participation in the annual sacrificial Hunger Games.
So she saves her sister.
She saves her sister by volunteering as tribute for what people call the Hunger Games.
Okay.
Katniss saves her sister.
What was
Yeah.
the sister's name again?
Primrose
Oh,
Everdeen.
that's right. That's weird.
It is pretty weird.
So is Katniss.
True. But
Peeta.
isn't that a plant?
Yeah.
Is it?
It is.
Sounds like catnip.
That sounds like Katniss.
Okay, guys, let's get back
Okay.
to the main points for the summary.
Sure.
Because we got 5, we're on number 4. I know, I'm sorry. Number 4. Peeta Mellark is also chosen at the reaping. So we have this other boy in the district who's chosen for the reaping, which is the same thing that Katniss just volunteered for, to save her sister. And so make sure you write that down. And number 5, training and preparation for the games begin under Haymitch and the Capital Hunger Games staff's guidance. So you have their mentor, which is Haymitch, and all the people employed by the Capitol helping these people train to compete in the Hunger Games.
Okay.
So basically the summary is in pages 1 through 93, many events occur that contribute to the plot of this novel. The main event thus far is Katniss volunteering as tribute to save her younger sister Primrose. Each district chooses their tributes at a ceremony known as the Reaping. The chosen tributes are then ushered away from home to the Capitol, where they undergo preparation for the games. The tributes get makeovers and are paraded through the Capitol in hopes of getting sponsors to aid them during the games. In the final pages, their physical and mental training begins at the training facility. They're learning fighting and survival tactics, and the reader leaves the characters, Katniss and Peeta, discussing their strengths and what to show judgments in terms of, who Haymitch is and what he's going to do for them.
Okay.
Thanks for that summary.
Yeah.
That's
so
my job.
as the discussion director, I'm just making sure you've all jotted down the 5 major bullet points that Mr. Henry shared with us as far as the summary goes. Okay, so after the summarizer, it goes to the discussion director. So based on the pages we read, 1 to 93, I prepared 5 questions for us to discuss as a group. You'll be doing the same. So question number 1, why do you think the area in the book, the area was divided into these districts? They had a bunch of different districts. Why do you think that they were divided into those districts in the first place? So you're going to jot that question down, question number 1 in your reading log. And then group, why do you think they were divided into those districts in the book? Mr. Hitch?
I think it was because the government was trying to keep everyone separated so they didn't all come together and try to overtake the government.
That makes a lot of sense.
I kind of think that maybe they were grouped up or divided in terms of things that were there. Like certain districts having more farming or more fishing or coal production or
Yeah, because
energy.
what did Katniss's district have?
I think they were coal miners or things like that.
And they were in the mountains.
Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. So they would divide them up according to what resources they had. Did you have any thoughts about that?
I just kind of thought along the same lines as all of you that it was divided into districts number 1 because they had this huge breakdown of society. And so in order to put that society back together, they had to separate them into districts, and it was all controlled by the capital to make sure everyone got along. And they did that geographically based on, like you said, the resources.
Yeah. So, no, good thoughts there, group. So we jot down the main points of what we discussed for that question.